gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions.
I can't be high while a motherfucker trying to kill me. So I get it, man. And then I get also the other end. Like if you in the off season, you ain't got to fight for fucking 4 months and you just chilling. I get it.
Yeah.
I
Some
get both ends.
99% of boxers say they don't do extracurricular activities with their wife during fight week, except Terrence Crawford. He said he does.
Hold on, why you just go bust him out like
it's an interview.
Has it started rolling yet?
He said it.
He said it in
Don't
the
do
interview.
it. Don't talk about it. You know what's crazy?
Terrence Crawford did say that.
You know he's being laced right now on the internet by the female community, right? Because he had a baby with somebody who's not his wife.
No, shout out to the girl.
Six baby, and he was like, "Who's the seventh one?"
Shout out to her. She's a nice lady.
And the girls was going at him though, yo. He don't understand. He used to have like, well, I'm not saying he still don't. He got a big female fan base. A lot of girls like to watch fights. But yo, all the girls in the comments, thousands of comments I saw.
Got me cussed out like it was me.
Right,
talking about this type of people you hang out. What they got to do with me?
Right, you didn't do shit and she over here doing this.
Terrence Crawford.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast, y'all. We got a lot going on, as y'all can see. Immortal Technique, my guy, IT. Appreciate you for coming in today.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Shawn Z, how you feeling after yesterday, big dog?
Tired? Well, good. Shit, it was good.
How you feeling?
You know, it's a blessed day. You ever lost a fight because you was doing extra stuff with your wife?
Man, let's bring on Brian Norman Jr. to the PorterWay Podcast. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome to the PorterWay Podcast, Mr. Norman Jr. How you feeling, big dog?
Take your time, man. Take your time. I don't know what dude got going on.
Hey, Brian. They said don't do extras on the week of the fight, but Terrence Crawford said he does it. He wanted pound for pound. So, Brian, take your chances, bro.
Come on, man. Don't lead him astray.
That situation, man, depends on the person, man.
It depends on the person.
Let him do a thing, yo.
It depends on the person. Okay. Hey, yo, man. You seem to have blown up in a lot of ways in the last 6 months or so, maybe even shorter than that, with everything going on between you and Mr. Devin Haney. How's it feel to be in the position you're in now as a coming into a superstar level fighter?
I mean, it's a joy to be here. I mean, this is what I've been dreaming about since, a little kid, and this is what I worked so hard for. But I don't necessarily fight for the attention, the fame, or anything like that. So I just do it for the love of the game.
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
Young champ, this is Tech. Quick question. Bill Haney, is he more of a distraction or more motivation for you in this fight?
Definitely, I'd say motivation. He wants to try to distract me. He wants to try to, get the fans to, I guess, try to go against me type thing and make sure they get up on me and I get distracted about all of that. But to be real, like I just said, I don't focus on any of that. At the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, I'm still going to the gym, focus on what I need to focus on, still watch all these tapes, study the greats and boxing, just still perfect myself. So I'm not worried about anything he really did saying.
Quick follow-up. Is there a rematch clause in there? Did they put one in there for you?
One more time?
Is there a rematch clause in there if you win?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
No.
All or nothing. Let's go.
Yo, Brian, the last 3 fights, you won the title against Antuanne and then Cuevas and Sasaki, and these guys were aggressive fighters, and Devin, of course, is a really, really good boxer, has really quick feet, educated feet. So how do you think that looks like? How do you think that looks in the fight? How are you going to be able to adapt to that? Is it, because it's not like we've seen the high guard like a Canelo where you got to pick the gloves up. Is that even something you have to do necessarily to cut off the ring against someone that can move like Devin? And just basically the question is, how do you think you deal with that aspect of Devin, the length and the educated feet?
I mean, I didn't sign his contract for nothing. And going into each and every fight, I'm not fighting them, they are fighting me. Everybody keeps saying what he got going on. He got this, he got that, the jab, the footwork, the this and that and the third. I got it all as well. So I'm not going in planning to fight his fight to begin with. Okay, maybe he will try to move. I'm gonna cut the ring off and do my thing on that. I got fast feet as well, and I know a lot of y'all may think sideways when I say that, but I'm glad this fight is coming up so I can showcase my skills regarding that. So I'm not studying anything he got going on. If I could literally do any and everything, why am I worried about him?
Yeah, I mean, when he said at the press conference, all he gave you credit for was punching power. What do you think is some of the things he's overlooking? Timing and your arsenal.
Actually, timing is my whole specialty. But even with that, people get blindsided. They get distracted by the power. They think it's nothing but power just because I knock people out. But powers mean nothing if you don't land it. You got to set all these shots up. You got to make things happen. I mean, pretty sure y'all see how calm and cool I am in the ring. So I ain't just in here throwing punches just to throw no punches. I'm actually doing what I need to be out here doing.
Hey, speak to that timing real quick. Is that something that's been worked on in the gym over the years, or do you think that's something that's God given? You just have an ability to find that timing.
I think that one is God given because actually I had great timing for a very long time. That always been my real specialty. So I'm gonna say, of course, it is hours in the gym, perfecting your craft, but also sometimes God just blesses certain few.
And one more follow up to that. When it comes to the timing, do you find that it takes time for you to actually find it, or is it something that just kind of happens?
For me, it's something that just happens, like just that quick or whatever, and then after that, now it's just all about me playing with it. Okay, how much can I real deal get off on just timing alone? Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I been in the ring having fun. Think it's that easy? Let me see what else I can do with it. Okay, then I just start playing with you, having fun with you, and things like that. But for the most part, just a little click, and then I got you right then and there.
Hey, Brian, it's special that you and your dad sharing a moment that y'all built together. How special is the moment to have your dad in the corner with you? And you guys are world champions. It's something y'all built together.
Yeah, I say it all the time, and I say it again. I don't think he real deal know how much I real deal appreciate him still to this day. Like you just said, I'm a whole world champion out here. Like this has been my dream forever. All the big fights, this, that, and the third or whatever. I'm here talking with Shawn Porter. You feel me? It's just these are the moments. Salute to you, brother. But these are the moments I live for and I train for, and he helped me literally throughout the whole journey. The man y'all talking to right now, that's him. You feel me? So all this knowledge and gain that I got everything literally from him. So it's the biggest blessing of all.
We did a show at the HyperX Arena. Shout out to HyperX Arena over there at the Luxor, and they asked me to put a thank you list together. They wanted some credits to roll and stuff like that. I included Mr. Heyman and I included Mr. Kenny Porter, my dad. Without those two, I'm not sure if I would be here. I had my first opportunity to do Fox because of AH. Had my opportunity in life in boxing because of my dad. So even though my dad has done, I think, one if not two episodes of the PorterWay Podcast, he didn't formulate this. He hasn't cultivated this or anything like that. He's still a part of this because without him, I more than likely wouldn't be here. When it comes to you winning the world championship and everything that you and your dad have done, how much of it in your mind is I'm doing this for him, or is this tell me?
I won't necessarily say I'm doing it for him, but that is also a big motivation, a battery pack as well. Of Man, we was over there in Japan. If you would have seen the big old smile this man had the whole time, I thought we ain't even fight yet. We ain't even in Japan yet. We signed the contract. This man already.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Shawn Porter, you got a big smile. You ain't got nothing on Pops. I'm gonna tell you that
That's
right
what's
now.
happening.
So that right there is a big old motivator as well. The fact that when he was a fighter, sadly he was the B side. You know how the game goes. So he didn't have the business behind him. He didn't have nothing behind him. And I come up in the game. He teach me the knowledge young. I'm out here catching bodies. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And now we can take this whole thing global. You feel me? The fact that I can, do that for him. You feel me? So that's a big motivator as well.
Speak to y'all relationship. It's always something that makes the team, the tandem work or not work. Speak to y'all relationship. Let people know why y'all work.
because, like, for example, you see how I'm talking right now? That's how he talked to me. You feel me? Like, of course, that's my pops, but that's my real dear brother as well. Like, we right here with each other, and he ain't trying to little boy me or anything like that. He talked to me like a grown man. He talked to me like, look, I'm just trying to help you out. This is what it is. This is what it's gonna be. I done helped you out with literally everything else in life, and that's why I say I appreciate it so much. He gave me step by step guide on literally everything and how it will play out. And for some reason, every time I follow it with everything he say, not just in boxing, it always worked. And for some reason, every time I didn't do it, or I tried, find my own little way or something like that, something else happened. You feel me? So, following him was the biggest blessing.
That sounds familiar to me. Go ahead, Ant.
Oh no, I was just thinking like, as fathers, you guys are basically y'all pops created player,
Right.
and y'all you both of you guys peaked.
Yeah.
Y'all became world champions. Y'all did everything y'all fathers wanted, as they couldn't do.
Yeah.
But they brought everything out of you guys, and you guys, the creative player that really made it to the top. I mean, we haven't done it yet, but you guys did something special, man. World champions, both IBF, right?
Yeah.
WBO.
WBO, okay.
And so,
Hey, go and get the IBF.
Yeah.
before two things before I let you go. Number one, speak to Boots Ennis. Speak to what you think about Boots as a fighter and what you think about a fight between y'all.
One more time.
Speak to Boots Ennis. Speak to what you think about him as a fighter and what you think about a fight between y'all.
You said, what do I think about him?
Yes,
What I think about the fight between
give me
them?
your thoughts on Boots Ennis as a fighter and give me your thoughts on the fight between y'all.
I think he's a great fighter, actually. I think he will do wonderful things in boxing. Y'all see he just won 2 belts, the WBA and the IBF. Come on now, dog. But he just won the WBA. He already had the IBF and he had the Ring magazine. Of course, he moved up after that. But still believe that fight will happen sometime in the future. Good luck to him at 150. Good luck to him at 154. And then regarding the fight between me and him, I thought that's what we was about to be doing in a little minute. If y'all remember, right before my Japan fight, Eddie Hearn came out publicly and was just talking about they offered us this and they offered us that. But he also said we can only sign that contract before that Japan fight. We said no. If you look at Ryan Garcia, he was supposed to be fighting Devin Haney, but his eyes wasn't focused on the prize, so he lost. If you look at Caleb Plant, he was supposed to be fighting Charlo, but his eyes wasn't on the prize, so he lost that fight. So we said no. But literally, the day after my fight, not even a day after my fight, as soon as my hand is raised, we could start making some noise. But why, literally the day before my fight, they decided to move up? We were supposed to be fighting after this. Matter of fact, I'm fighting in November. They said October, November we could be fighting. What happened? Why y'all move up the day before my fight? Like what happened just that quick?
Why it seem like it's so much excuses and extras coming from their side? I mean, they hitting you with the VADA testing. They said they want you to do it ASAP. Otherwise, they pulling out the fight. What's up with that? What's up with the VADA testing and the Haney side of this fight?
They just scared and they just trying to play little games with me. That's all that is. Hold up. My bad.
You good?
Country, come on.
Folk blowing my phone. Can y'all see me?
No, we can't see you.
Now,
My bad. Folk blowing my phone.
you see me?
But nah, they just up here
see
playing
me?
games with me and stuff like that. And this is how I truly feel about it. Okay, I just fought June 19th out there in Japan. Sade.
Hey, don't say that.
Hold up. Let me take care of that.
All right, I got you.
He said, I'm gonna take care of that.
So, my bad, y'all. But
Yeah. After the fight, though, right? Not 2 weeks before, so your legs don't work, right? After the
Hey,
fight,
man, y'all
you
chill
taking
out,
care
man.
of all that after the fight. Yeah, man.
Hey, you got to test
You
what?
can find me in the hot night.
I was out there in Japan. I had just got tested. I want y'all to realize I just got tested for a fight, right?
Yeah.
Literally today is a month and 1 day, right? What can I take in these 4 weeks that'll somehow affect later on down the line?
Yeah. Hey,
Like November, 4 months later on. What can I possibly take right now that can affect November? Because I said August 1st. Coming up on Wednesday, I'm about to head out the country and go on vacation. You feel me? That's all I was like, shoot, as soon as I get back on the 27th. I said, I mean, shoot, it's almost August. You feel me? Might as well just start August 1st. Let's run it like that. Simple as that. That's literally all I said. I mean, almost August, might as well start August 1st. Now, people said he lied about he signed up for VADA. No, we been signed up for VADA. We been did that. We talked to Devin Haney in person, like that first meeting that y'all seen. Also, he called us small as well. But now I'm on steroids. Everything changed just that quick. But that same day, we already signed off and everything. I thought, I'm new to all this VADA stuff. I don't know anything about it. Of course, I signed off. I'm clean. I don't care about none of that. Cool. And then my manager, she was like, they talking about when you want to start. And that's when I had said, well, I mean, finna head out the country and come on back August 1st. Let's go on to do it. And then now they got a problem with that. Oh, what he waiting on? And then let me tell you something about these fans. They are the most hilarious people ever. Y'all so stuck up on boxing. Y'all, this what y'all think about 24/7. I got a life. I just want y'all to know that. Boxing is not my entire life. These folks out here saying I'm going out the country so I can clean my system. Brother, life is bigger than boxing. I just want y'all to know that. Life is bigger than boxing. Everybody ain't trying to go out here and just clean your system and do this and do that. I'm just out here I'm finna go have a ball. That's all I'm finna do. I'm finna go out here, have a ball, have a good little time. Ain't nobody worried about
a small ball.
What I don't know how I'm gonna clean my system. I think IVs or something like that. Can I just get an IV back at the crib? So like what's out there that I can't get here? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
You feel me? Then like even with that, today the 19th, I believe, what could clean, I don't know nothing about steroids, but what could like get out of my system just that quick that I'm over here hiding?
Yeah. Hey, yo, I'm going to ask you this, and then we'll probably let you go after this. Did you see that I had mentioned that I don't think this fight was going to happen? I thought that Haney would figure out a way to get out of this fight. Then this thing pops up with him talking about the drug testing, and it needs to happen ASAP. Number one, did you see that I had mentioned that this fight would get called off by Haney? And with that being said, were you surprised when you saw the things that came out about the drug testing?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. But like I said, I was cool with all of that. Dude was just he was real deal trying to find a way out of this fight. I don't know if you seen me on the Box Voice when I was on with Bill Haney.
That's all.
But like he trying to find a way about this thing.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't going nowhere.
Uh-oh.
It's not gonna happen. We doing this thing come November, Charlotte.
Yeah.
So we said, cool. They want to know our whereabouts whenever I'm outside the country, whatever, so I can clean my system, as the fans say. And we did all of that. So no, everything's still fine and steady. We ain't got to worry about none of that.
Does that mean, because I think Devin tweeted something about it, does that mean testing has started now, or is it still going to start on August 1st, Brian?
So, I mean, we submitted everything. We did this and we did that. We told them our schedule. We all know VADA is, what they say, unpredictable. You know, they show up at different times and things like that. So that's all up on them. We did everything. So that's all up on VADA and what they got going on. And speaking of, Victor Conte with the VADA stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were talking about it.
Talk about
Devin Haney with the Victor Conte, right?
Yeah.
That's all that need to be said about that.
So how is it any other testing organization we could somehow get into? Because I don't know if I can even trust them.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Right.
They click tight, but they go way back since kindergarten. I don't know I can trust y'all like that. You feel
Brian,
me?
I once asked, I mentioned this Friday when we had the live. I once asked Victor, I said, do you know how to beat the VADA test since you
And he said yes.
Yes, he did.
Dumbass.
And followed it up with other things, but he quickly did admit, Brian, yes, he did. Yes, he did. He did.
So
help
look,
them. Yeah.
he clearly admitted that he can do all of that, you know, get past and the things of that nature. But also, since they so tight, and Shawn put out, I do believe you are absolutely right with them trying to get about this thing. Who says they won't try to play some little games or whatever and put out some false results and anything like that?
Yeah.
So how trustworthy are y'all? So is there any other testing organization we can get into besides VADA?
Champ, real quick, we saw really close fights yesterday. If this fight with Devin ends up being super close, are you going to push for a rematch, or are you just going to go past him regardless of what happens and try to go on to other things? Or is the axe you have to grind with him so important that if it's a close fight, you say, no, let's run it back so I can beat your ass properly? What is your mind state when it comes to that?
Oh, I ain't even thinking that for my whole mind state right now to sit here and dominate, dude. I don't think it's finna be a close fight. I don't think it's finna be this, and I don't think it's finna that. I'm beating on him. I'm finna go on and walk up through this boy.
You're going to knock him out.
Easy work. Now, of course, he bad. He do his thing, and I believe it will be tough in the beginning. But just like everybody else, the end result will still be the end result.
Mr. Norman, we gotta let you go, Mr. Norman Jr. Tell your dad we say hello. We look forward to getting you guys back on the PorterWay Podcast. Both of you guys. Next time you come on.
And leave Pacquiao alone, man. Don't.
Yeah, leave Pac alone.
Good luck, champ.
Leave Pac alone.
Go handle that right now. Go, matter of fact, you got to go handle something else right now, right? Go handle that, Brian.
Yeah. But before I go, I just want to say big shout out to y'all. My boy Shawn Porter. Do me a favor, get some new clothes, and you need some white tees. I don't know what it is, but
here we go.
Your pants, dog.
Here we go, Brian.
Brian,
you gonna come for Shawn? You gonna come for my boy? Brian, get you a bodyguard. Get you a bodyguard as big as Devin's, so he can get choked out too.
Show him your socks.
Get you a bodyguard
Now
big
hold
as
on,
Devin.
goddamn minute.
Get you a bodyguard big as Devin.
You need to find you. I can't get it up that goddamn high. You need to find you. All right, I'm on a whole nother level with my shit.
Who you need to find though?
Get yourself a sock deal, Brian. Get yourself a sock deal, then you can talk.
Hey, listen. Hey, B Norm, listen. Shawn Porter suits. We fit you to fit you, all right? You ain't got to wear orange. You ain't got to wear the super tight stuff. We going to fit you to fit you. So I'll holler at you on that. We going to come down to Atlanta and do something with you.
Oh, man, you got an exhibition match going on now.
That's all I'm going to say.
One more time?
Say one more thing. You need something that fits you just a little bit better. That's all.
Oh, Jesus.
It fits just fine, all right? Ladies love it, all right?
Yeah,
Ladies love Cool P. Come on now. Hey, God bless you, big dog. We're going to catch up.
All right.
Then got me up, and I'm showing my weight and all that. I've been trying to hide it with this damn camera, with this computer the whole time. Hey, yo, great guy right there, right?
Yeah, that was a good time.
A lot of great people in boxing, as we can see. You know, something I've been trying to show the world for a long time is that there's some really good people in this sport that are more than just fighters, more than just, you know, the angry terrors that people look at his ass and look at Brian Norman.
You touched on something really important, but it transcends the boxing world. When you talked about how a fighter that has had some sort of success but has never had like the marquee positions knows what to do when he's training his son. It's crazy because it's the same in acting, it's the same in hip hop. You'll find people whose parents were underground artists and they never really got the success they did, but they understood the game so much that they said, oh, my son is born with more talent than the stars that were in my era. So I understand that this comes from marketing, this comes from connections, this comes from what I can do for them. So it's a very similar thing in that sense.
I'm listening to you. First thing I thought of was Shaquille O'Neal. The way his dad molded him and guided him and treated him, spoke to him, you would have thought that man was an all-star NBA player.
Right.
You know, from the stories that I've seen Shaq share, it's just they have this innate ability. It's the nature of being a parent to nurture your child and guide them in ways that you weren't guided yourself. And I think that's what he has, certainly what I have, I've had.
What I also saw in boxing too is that it's different because it's a sport you don't play, so therefore you have to understand, is it so much, and you asked Brian the question, is it so much that a person is trying to make their parents proud, trying to build their own legacy, or is it the other dark side of it, where it's the parents trying to live vicariously through the children? Like, no, you're going to fight, you're going to be, and the kid's like, well, I'll fight if I have to. You know what I mean? Because I know I get approval, I get respect, I get privileges in the house that I normally wouldn't as a 15, 16-year-old kid.
Right.
So it begs the question, you know, for every parent or every child that has had a parent at that point, how did they navigate that particular role? And I guess my question would be for you in that sense, how did you balance that role between, let's say, how for example, and I'm not singling him out, he's one of my favorite fighters ever, but I remember watching the special about Roy Jones Jr. and it's the tumultuous relationship he had with father. Obviously, they're in a good place now, better place, but he was like, no, I had to leave. I had to get another trainer.
Yeah.
How is that balanced? And you can speak to that better than any.
You know, I think for most father and sons, I think it's up to the son to balance it. That 100% was fully my responsibility to balance everything. I'm not gonna tell this story, and I'll paraphrase it, right? So I'm like 13 years old, and I started competing when I was 8. Anytime I lost a fight, and it was a lot of losses that I had between 8 and 13, 14, I might have been, I would cry after every single time I lost, right? I don't get my hand raised. I'm like 13 or 14, and now I start talking to myself. Don't cry. I'm tired of crying every time I lose a fight. I'm like, don't cry, you good, it's okay, you know, just kind of like taking myself through it mentally in my head, right? And I go sit down, other fighters coming up, yo, you won that, you got robbed, you did good, and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know, thank, you know, I got my head down or whatever. I look up, my dad is the one that comes up. As soon as my dad comes up to me, I just lose it. Boom. And you know, he comes down and you know, he consoles me. And then he's like, come on, let's step out. You know, he don't want everybody else to, you know, see me carrying on like that. We get out, and he's like, Shawn, what's going on? Like, calm down. And I mean, my shit was on some. I was just
He's a little
like
kid, yeah.
frantically crying, but I was 13 or 14 at this point. I've been through that. I'm tired of being there. And he said, you've lost. Like, what's going on? And I just wanted to win for you. My dad said, what? My dad said, what? I just wanted to win for you. You know what I mean? I was hard, right? My dad was like, Shawn, well, you know, calm down. Stop. Shawn, stop. Breathe. He said, it's fine. He said, you never have to worry about winning for me. He said, Shawn, you went in and you did what I wanted you to do. As long as you do what I want you to do, whether you win or you lose, it's going to be what it's going to be. He said, it's fine. He said, don't worry about winning for me. I think that's the number one thing for a lot of fathers out there. You got to understand that it is your son's or your daughter's life. It is their health that they're putting on the line. And you have to figure out ways to let that leash go a little bit and figure out ways to pull it in and do that whole song and dance with that. For me, I had to be the one to manage that for myself and my dad. My dad only understood success. My dad only understood keeping me safe. My dad only understood us getting where we wanted to be. And because of those things and some of the things that have happened in my dad's life, he only understood if I am in control of it, if I'm holding it, then everything's gonna work out. And so for me, it was always like, you know, I was the one trying to pull away of the leash a little bit and then pulling myself back in. You know, a lot of times with him yelling at me and then me realizing like, all right, you know, kind of like, you know, reel it back in a little bit, you know, that kind of stuff. I think it's up to the sons because we are, or sons and daughters, because we are living the life of balance of between being a professional, even though we're amateurs, we a lot of us who are taking it that serious, we're in a atmosphere of profession, opposed to just this is game time, play time. This is, you know, before school, after school, that whole thing, and it's up to us to balance all that because we understand what we want. Our parents only understand what they want for us. We understand what we want. We also understand what they want for us. So I think it's something we have to balance.
So at the same time, though, while you create those boundaries, you have to create an environment where your parents are in a sense, forced to respect that. And I think that what I see in terms of boxing is I've seen over the years people that have really poured their entire life into the children because they're like, you're going to be a champion. And being that you start so young, and that is a parental decision.
Yeah.
You know, that gives you the edge over, let's say, a boxer, as we've seen, that has success, but you started at 19, 20. Obviously, you're not going to have the fundamentals to be able to compete with a person who has been swimming since they were 4.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Like,
right.
Yo, because met a lot of athletes, and I was like, you know, what was your childhood like? And they were like, childhood? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go to Great Adventure. I went to the gym, and you know, at the same time though, I had access because of my parents, because of my father, to not just the gym, but to other champions, other trainers. And as a little kid, to see someone, because I'm sure with your father, you met a bevy of champions before you came, and the impression that must have given you as a child, like, wow, this dude's coming to give me knowledge. He's giving me props. Like,
we had Paul Spadafora in here, and that's what I was speaking to when it came to Paul, being able to be around older fighters who were either on the fringe of turning pro or were already professional. I was able to like touch those guys and be next to the belts. And I'll never forget the first time I had a belt and I went to a show. I'm an amateur and I see a pro. He says, "You take mine, I'm gonna take yours." Now, what do I do anytime I see a pro, a young kid? I give them my belt and I take theirs. You know what I mean? So
real.
it's definitely those kind of experiences that, you know, have gotten me and a lot of other guys where they need to be. Hey, yo, all that being said, I'm on my computer, right? And I see this thing. I just went down here real quick, and I didn't know what this was. I was like, I thought I was already joined. I clicked on it, right? I'm able to join the PorterWay Podcast membership. So y'all should go down there right now while you're watching this. I can do it while I'm and just click that little. It turns blue, right? So it's black right here, and then you click on it, and it shows join this channel. It says get access to the membership perks. You need those perks, y'all. And then it's right there. It's blue. I don't know. Ant might wanna.
Oh,
and then,
join? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
IT.
Okay.
Tell them about
Do
that.
that, y'all. We got a lot of stuff coming up on the PorterWay Podcast.
Yeah, tell them about that sports book too. Get your money. Get your money. When I saw that motherfucker on the jumbotron, I said, "Oh man, my man got a check from them." Okay, here we go.
Hey, yo, we gonna go through Prime real quick. We gonna go through Prime real quick. Yeah, we going through it real quick, y'all.
Right.
Do we?
Our guy.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go there.
That was a great fight.
Well, what about? I ain't gonna stir nothing up. Russell
What'd you see?
Castaneda?
Before that.
Castaneda.
Hey, shout out to Russell, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was 7 rounds too long.
No.
Ed said he get there rounds.
He's a monster.
Hey, my man was getting
He's a monster.
He was getting rounds in. Gary know what he was doing. He could have clipped that boy in two.
I said, listen.
You start getting frustrated?
100%. I said either they are doing a masterful job of staying away from the body so that when they go to it, they get it. I don't think that was the case.
Hey.
I don't think that was the case. But that's the result of so much head work. It truly did set up the body. But I think that they should have had that written in the game plan from the GO to even soften up the head to go to the body. But beautiful body shot.
Shawn, what, he's 38?
37.
How great he looks at 37. Damn them years we missed.
Yeah, we missed a good 5 or 6 of them.
Damn them years we missed, boy.
He's had 7 fights in 10 years.
Damn.
And he had a 42-month layoff, and his hands are still ridiculously fast. I don't think he could have got Castaneda out of there early. I think Castaneda, to his credit, held up to his best, and then where the ring rust showed up was his condition, and he couldn't maintain
You can see it.
what he started with.
You can see it.
And then he wasn't the biggest guy at 26. At 35, he's going to be undersized. He's got to get to 30.
I don't think that body shot was the kind of shot that they set up. I think it was just something that he ended up finding. He went to, and it was there immediately. That fight ends a lot sooner if he's doing that earlier in the fight. And even if he doesn't put the guy down and he goes and he doesn't get up from that punch, it softens up the head. It just truly, that's how it goes. You know, going to the body, it pulls your oxygen away from you. When you pull oxygen away from the fighter, what needs oxygen? The brain, right? So if you're pulling oxygen away from the fighter, that means when you go up here, it doesn't have the capacity needed to survive the kind of punches that this dude throws. And I told y'all, man, he been throwing them kind of things since that boy was my roommate. That's my guy right there.
That's your roommate?
My roommate. That's my roommate.
How many fights before we warm that motor back up? It's time to get one.
Come on.
How many? One more fight?
Man, listen.
One more fight?
I don't even know, man. man. I don't even know.
You know what could break his way and be a good fight for him?
I think he's trying to get back quick. I think
What
he should get back before
What's
the end of the
next
year.
for him, according to all the panel? Who should he fight next?
Sean
I think
Zartel.
the best outcome for him, I don't think it's going to happen, but O'Shaquie Foster fights Stephen Fulton.
Okay.
If Fulton could upset O'Shaquie, because Fulton's a 22-pounder coming up, so it's not a size problem for Gary. And they're both with PBC. So if Stephen Fulton could upset O'Shaquie Foster, that's like the best opportunity. WBC 130, but I think Shock's gonna get.
That's a lot of skill in the ring with both those guys. You know, I think what we heard from Tim, he said it took a lot for him to just get after Sebastian, keep him off him the whole 9. I kind of feel like that with Fulton and O'Shaquie. I feel like there's a level that Fulton's gonna have to consistently work at for 12 rounds. I don't know if he can sustain that kind of work rate to get with Shock. That's a really good fight, and I think that's a great projection for Mr. Gary Russell.
I would love if they could both be world champions at the same time, the brothers.
Gary Antuanne.
That'll be a beautiful thing for that family, man.
I don't know what Antoine wanted to say to me, but he
Oh,
tried
I talked to him about it.
Okay, I wanted to grab you because he's like, yo, we need to do an interview right now. I wanted to grab you. What?
So I went because Gary Antoine was saying about Shawn. I thought he was underrating my boy a little bit.
Oh, okay.
He said, of course, he should feel he's better than Shawn. Every fighter should feel like they're the best.
Naturally, they say, "Oh, I'm better than everybody."
I love y'all.
I'm sure
I
you
love
think
y'all.
you're better
But you're
than
not
all the
better than
MCs, right? You know,
You can't say
No,
I love y'all.
I learned to be humble in my
elite caliber.
Yes.
Right.
I love y'all.
I always
but-
praise
but-
the OGs that came
Yeah.
before me, so I'd be like, of course, Rakim, of course, rest in peace, Chino
That's
Excel, one of the
right.
greatest MCs of all time. So yeah, of course.
So
but everyone's supposed to feel like they the best, so I wouldn't take that personally.
Yeah.
But what did he say that was crazy?
He said he was like, Shawn, man, he would jump in sometimes with no defense, and I said, Gary, if he jumped in with no defense, Danny Garcia would have knocked him out with a left hook, wouldn't he?
Almost did.
And I said, look, respectfully, Gary, Shawn's won 2 titles. You're still at your first. Not saying you won't. Not saying you won't get to 3 and 4, right? And he's a bad dude, but he just said, look, I know Shawn is more accomplished than I am right now. I know he did his thing, but I stand on what I said. I think I have more skills. I think I got a deeper bag, a deeper arsenal, and I'll go on to show that in these fights. Fair enough, but we just had a little bit of fun about it.
Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. I love y'all. I'm better than you.
Okay.
We'll
get
see
it.
what it looks like near the end. I'm definitely better than you at my end. But I think I was better than him all along the way, even at 22, 23, 24. I think that I did have more.
That's how you supposed to think. I've heard people say stupid stuff
I
like,
can
I could whoop Floyd.
But
None of y'all at 147 ever could whoop Floyd.
But here's the thing.
Shout out to Manny Pacquiao.
Here's the thing. If somebody compared you to Rakim, would you be upset about it?
I'll give you a story since you gave me one.
Boom,
I
boom.
went to go see Rakim, who I'm friends with, and I remember I was with other MCs who were legends as well. One of them is a brother by the name of Grandmaster Kaz, right? The hip, the hop, the hip to the hip, the person who got robbed for those lyrics, right? By
That's
the
who
way,
Sugar Hill got it from?
this is who they stole. Big Bang Kank. This is the truth. Stole his rhyme book, stole his lyrics. He was fighting for years because he was also a ghostwriter for other people. And I remember I sat down with Ra and him, and we were all backstage at the Apollo Theater. Shout out to my brother D from Ultramagnetic. He was there too. And we were sitting there, and I said, "Oh man, the 3 of us are here. It's like the master, you know what I mean? The masters and the apprentice here." And I never forget that Rob put his hand on my shoulder, and he goes, "No." And he pointed to Grandmaster Kaz, and he said, "That's the master, and we are the apprentices." Ooh. And I said, "Wow, yo." So for him to put him up there in that sense showed me a sense of humility that I felt I needed to absorb immediately and say, wow, okay. So the people that paved the way are sacrosanct. Now, you could do things to lose your God status, like be a sicko, right? Or kill your wife or some ridiculous, of course.
Right.
But at the same time, you being who you are and an elder to me, in terms of it, I have the utmost respect for that. In the same way that probably Shawn would have the utmost respect for a person like Lennox Lewis or someone who just came before him, so much so that it's like, even if we don't do the exact same thing, right? Like, I'm a lyricist. This person was a lyricist in their time, but even if they were a party rapper, right? I would still be like, man, you're great. Like people say, oh, Dance with the Devil, the best story rhyme ever. But when I see Slick Rick, I'll say, Slick Rick, you're the best story writer in the world, because that's where I got it from. I heard you rap like this and I said it, so it must be the same for them. So shout out to Russell and the rest of them for thinking that he's better than anybody. But, you know, at some point, delusion and understanding have to.
But let me say this.
themselves.
Respect the comparison. Welcome the comparison.
Right.
We see it in the NFL. We see it in the NBA. There's guys who come out of the college and they're compared to some of the NFL current players or players who have retired. Right. It gets people excited that they know that, oh, we got this guy. He's very familiar to Emmitt Smith. Okay, I'm looking forward to. I've never seen him play ball, but I know what Emmitt Smith runs like. So I'm excited to see him run, especially if you're playing for Dallas Cowboys. I'm excited to see another Emmitt Smith, right? So Gary Antuanne, when it comes to you being compared to me, respectfully understand that there's a lot of people that still don't know who you are. But you being compared to Shawn Porter, people know who Shawn Porter is. People know how Shawn Porter got down. When they say, oh, Gary Antuanne fights like Shawn Porter, people are instantly going to want to see you because of the stuff that I did. Do it better than me, big dog. And back up everything that you say. I love y'all straight up and down. I'm better than you are, big dog. But as long as people compare us, welcome the comparison, because there's a lot of people that don't know you yet, but they'll still tune in because your name is connected to mine. You should, when they come to watch you, they should walk away remembering your name instead of remembering that you was compared to me. So there
I'm
it is.
Gary Antuanne Russell. I'm doing everything to never be compared to Shawn. You woke something up in me, so I know you woke something in.
He went after Antoine. Oh my
everything
God.
Shawn Porter ever did.
He's gonna shoulder roll his
I'm gonna embarrass you in everything that you ever did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
But you got to look at it like this, Shawn. You got to pay respect to your elders.
100.
He has to pay respect to you.
I'm not even asking for respect
You don't
now.
gotta talk down. You big dog.
Oh,
you ain't
yeah.
gotta talk down on
Yo,
you. You had your time, Shawn.
Yeah.
You give him game.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I expect people to be better than me in the plumbing industry, whatever. I know what I do. Yeah, you know what you do.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm the OG now. I'm gonna give you game. I feel it. Yeah. If I was in my prime, I'd watch you. But we gotta be the old man sometimes.
I gotta have fun with it too, though. I gotta have fun with it too.
If I could just borrow a joke, I feel like Shawn just told Antoine that he's like Afro Sheen. Some white people have heard of him, but nobody knows what you really do. They heard of you, but nobody knows what you really do.
That's not the Jerry Curl juice, right?
But
That's the Jerry Curl juice.
He's a world champion.
He's a world champion.
He's a world champion.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy part. Somebody said this to me a long time ago. They said, yo, how many heavyweight champs can you name? Start right now. And this was like 10, 20 years ago. And I was like, started naming names, and he told me, you know, there have been 300 some odd heavyweight champions.
That's crazy.
He goes, that's what it means to be a champion. Yeah. And in this era, I'll tell you something that makes music and hip hop the same. It's not enough to just win a belt. And I'm talking to the team that covers this. Mm-hmm. You gotta have charisma. You gotta be able to work the press. Like, imagine you partially concussed, and they want you to talk to people and be funny and be humorous and have wit and sit there and be facetious and sarcastic to sell an upcoming fight, and you're sitting there half brain bleeding. You gotta do way more shit than just be talented in this particular era, because it's a media era. You gotta come and face the heat from not just this panel, but other panels as well, that they're gonna say, hey, wait a minute, no, they're gonna call you on your bullshit. So it's not just enough to be a rapper. It's not just enough to be a fighter or an artist. It's crazy that in this era, you have to be almost a promoter to yourself as well.
You down there gotta go on a press run every 3 months.
Right.
As a boxer. And I felt like that's always the downfall of boxing. They win a fight. Motherfucker, are you billing yourself? Do something. Do something. If my kid was ever a boxer, I would never let him just chill back. Hey, let's build your name. We going on this. Hey, you got how many? You got 100 viewers? I'm doing it. We're doing everything.
I'm gonna hit these super chats real quick. Shout out to Matt Bergerson. Matt Bergerson always on here.
Man, I always thought Matt Bergerson was that dude, but I guess it's not.
Shout
what he got to do with it, man? Leave him alone. Leave him alone. What he got to do with it? He running the boards right now.
Hey, yo, Matt said, Matt Bergerson said, shout out to the PorterWay. Thought aside from the main events and PBC card fights didn't deliver. He said the other fights didn't deliver. Pacheco, Macumbi, educated win, but boring. We're not even gonna get into Pacheco and Macumbi today.
I gotta watch the tape later tonight.
Matt Bergeson also said he said Coley's performance on
Lawrence
Usyk card worst of 2025.
Wow.
And then Marcus Walker, Mr. Porter, when can you get King Cam on?
Killer Cam.
I think, is he talking about Killer Cam? It's KAM. That's not. That's
K-A-M?
Cam.
Yeah.
No, Killer Cam would be
No.
C-A-M.
That's CA. Yeah. So
Come on, we need some more young people.
Yeah.
Who's the youngest person here? You?
Tell him hit up and Anna make it happen.
I don't know who that is.
I was
Real
born
quick.
when TV had 3 channels.
Real quick on Pitbull
11.
in Saucedo.
Oh,
Pitbull.
Boring.
No said.
No.
Moving on. Fundora versus Tim Tszyu.
Damn, Pitbull.
Fundora, Tim Tszyu. Go.
I rewatched it. And I'm gonna say something. Everybody was shitting on him for staying on his stool.
Tszyu, yeah.
But I'm gonna say this: if you watch the last 15 seconds of the 7th round, I think he was out on his feet. He
got cornered,
He caught 9 straight shots in a row.
Yeah.
Mind you, I counted them. Right before I came on your podcast, I'm a kid that likes to do his homework.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I went and slow motion this shit on YouTube. He takes 9 unanswered shots and he stumbles at the end of the round. And I think if I'm to look at it again, and I invite the audience who loves boxing, watch it again in slow-mo, the last few seconds of the fight.
I was about to say, hey, look, we got a video.
He's concussed, and I think more than that, he may be out on his feet.
Bro,
Yeah.
at that point, I think he won the 7th round. He was turning it on. I thought he was coming. I was like, damn, he about to get him out of here late. And then literally the bell rings, Shawn, and it was one of the things Shawn said. He took I'm in my corner, and and Fundora just went for it.
I know these two didn't watch it. Did you used to watch Dragon Ball ever? Tech?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so there's a point to Ant's part. People were wondering why did he was having such a good round up until that point, and Tech nailed it. Fundora cornered him and let out. He unloaded the clip. He unloaded the heavy artillery.
9 shots.
Yeah.
4 uppercuts, right? And the last one is a shot to the back of the head, here, hard, bang. And then that's when I saw Tim go like this, and he had to hold on to the ring
And he stood for
to
a while.
stop himself from falling down. And I saw his legs shaking, and he was doing the Macarena like this with his hips, and I said, oh no, he's out on his feet.
Salute to Sebastian Fundora. Salute to that dude.
Yeah, he's gotten better.
He's
Quality champion.
He's gotten better. He's quietly gotten better. He's just gotten a little bit sharper with things, and depending on who's in front of him, he's able to find it and figure it out. I'm impressed with the kid.
I give him a lot of props. Shout to him. Shout to his sister, the management, everybody. They were really cool backstage, really down to earth, saying hello to everybody.
Yeah.
But I thought what's interesting is that we're missing the main plot point from their fight. Is that originally Fundora had nothing to do with it. It was Thurman who was hurt, and he must be somewhere punching air like, that's my titles. Those are my not no more.
Yeah.
Now you got to stand in line with everybody else, or you got to. He's chasing the Charlo fight.
Shout out to me and my man Matt was watching a fight. Y'all felt like it was PTSD early?
The first round when he went down.
Tim.
Yeah. The first round when he went down, I told the team, I said, calm down. I said he always goes down in the first round.
No. What? How many fights?
Terrell Gachet.
Oh, okay, but
so
this is normal.
To me,
just get dropped.
To me, some fighters just aren't. I gave this analogy. It's like getting in the water, right? Sometimes when you it looks like you got your swim gear on, you look ready, but you're not ready to really feel this. And sometimes it takes you actually taking a couple of big steps and actually feeling those punches. You go down, and all of a sudden you done went all the way in the water. You get up, and now you actually ready for this fight. Deontay Wilder, I've said this about D for a long time. Deontay Wilder, when he starts to fight, y'all go and take a look back at the footage. He's never really comfortable in the water when the fight starts. It takes him some time to get comfortable with the fire that's going. So when he got dropped, he went down like, damn, it happened.
I thought it felt like it was a round and a half before he recovered, though.
Could have been.
That's the other thing.
Could have been.
I was gonna say about the Dragon Ball thing. It was the part in the show where Goku's going.
Do that?
I never got around to it
Really?
because that's the end point, and he's going Kaioken times 4, right? And his whole crew is like, oh my God, Goku's about to beat Vegeta, and then Master Roshi, he talks to the rest of them. He's like, a candle burns brightest right before it goes out. This is Goku's last spurt or whatever.
I love anime wisdom, right?
And that's
it stays in your head though.
Right. Like kung fu movies. And so he that was his last spurt in the 7th round. He it was like, I hit you with my best, and then you came right back, cornered me, and gave me your best, and you won that. And that's the fight. Yeah. That's the fight right there. I hit you with everything I had. Yeah. That I went. Shout out to Tim Tszyu. He was going for broke in between Fundora's, and he actually hurt him in the middle of that round with a hook.
You're right. He was winning a subsection of the 7th round, and it was just those last 20 seconds that he took. And listen, it's crazy because we're in the business. You guys in a business where y'all watch 20 seconds make the whole difference of anything. 20 seconds is an eternity in a fight, and to take 9 unanswered shots, and a shot to the back of the head.
This isn't Fundora touching him up, breaking him down. This is him like, all right, I'm gonna unload my best now.
20 seconds.
You're getting frisky in here, and I gotta end this now.
And 20 seconds in bed is terrible.
I heard she told me it was okay one time.
I wouldn't even know.
I don't know nothing about that, man. This is everything I'm learning right now is against my will.
It's against your will.
Every night you're not a world champion. Every night you're not a world champion. Goddamn.
No.
Some fights are 1-round knockout.
Here for a good time.
A lot of people.
I gotta work tomorrow.
A lot of people have questioned and scrutinized Tim Tszyu for not getting up off the stool. Really? That's kind of a no-no, especially if you're Mexican. That's like just a simple no-no in boxing.
I think he passed the threshold to where we can call it retired on his stool.
You don't understand where that threshold is at until you actually see it. I think people who are really educated in boxing, such as yourself, when I saw him going back to the stool, I could see that it was done. And you said he was out on his feet.
9 unanswered shots. Including 3-4 uppercuts where you see his head rock back. Right? Like I tell people, why is the chin the sweet spot? Because if you turn someone's head so quickly, the brain is going to touch the side of the skull. That's what causes a knockout, ladies and gentlemen. From a medical perspective, which is something I've always really wanted to ask.
You can't ask me.
And I wanted to ask you.
Can't ask him. He the one been knocked out. No,
not about this. I have friends that are MMA fighters that are boxers, and they're educated about the anatomy of a human being. They'll tell me, okay, they took me to the gym one time when I'm a little kid. I see an MMA gym, and he goes, no, this is not the real gym. Took me into the back room, and there's a dummy there. And on the side of the dummy here, he goes, this is where you hurt a man, where you don't want him to breathe. Not here, to the diaphragm here. They talked about where the weakest ribs were. They were showing you basically how to break down a man. What kind of formal training did you have in terms of that? Or was that part of the routine at all?
Nope, none. You growing up, you just boxing, you throwing punches, you throwing your combinations, you're learning all that kind of stuff. You turn pro and you find out about a liver shot. You turn pro and you find out about pinpointing on the chin. But if that's stuff you didn't really work on in the amateurs, that's stuff that you heard about it, but you actually have to really start focusing on it and trying to implement it in order to see it work. As an amateur, the only thing I knew about was the solar plex shot. Everything we did was all about coming up the middle and driving up through the solar plex shot. You turn pro and all of a sudden you see other guys going down. I think I'm 15 the first time I'm in the ring with Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik put my brother down. He's 16. Put him down with the liver shot.
Beat up the whole family.
And I'm I'm playing football at this point in time, so I just go to the gym to watch. Kenny was getting paid to spar with Kelly and went like 2 or 3 rounds with Kelly. Kelly came to the gym for like 6 rounds or something like that. And every round I'm looking at Kenny because he's slowing down every round. I'm like, what's this dude doing? It's that liver shot. And then finally he threw the liver shot and Kenny can't get up. I'm like, this dude, give me my gear. I went in there 2 rounds, 3 rounds in, and boom, I go down with the same shot, and I'm like, what? And it also, my dad is clicking to my dad, like, what is this? You know? And so sometimes you actually have to have the experience in order for you to know what it is. But we're not taught about these things.
Did Shawn Porter want to get up?
Hell yeah. Kenny wanted to get up too.
But just
Kenny went up, got up and went back down. And I'd never seen it. We never saw that before. I'm 15 years old, literally
My
15.
big brother.
I'm literally 15. I said,
you weak.
Let's go. And I went to get up. I said, I can't get up. Yeah, it's debilitating. What we saw, from Gary Russell. But listen, real quick, to not getting off the story. I don't know if you want to go into it or not, but other people have been a little, picky and touchy about that. You want to go into it? If not,
no. It's some people were like on Twitter. Not a whole lot of people when I really went back and checked. To be fair, but they were. Jim Gray doing his job, doing what because Jim's one of the greats of what he's done.
Shout out to Jim, that was crazy.
He asked Tim Tszyu right after the referee and the doctor before they let you come out for the round. They came up to you and asked you basically, do you want to continue to fight? And your response was, and Tim kind of swerved it and just turned it into giving Sebastian a lot of credit and never really answered the question. Right? He doesn't want to if he did say he had enough his pride as a fighter, he don't want to cop to that, and that's totally understandable.
Sure.
Also, as a journalist, totally understandable why Jim Gray did what he did. So after the fight, I asked Jim about it, because we're briefly talking about Pacquiao, and then I go, Jim, there were some people upset on social media about it. I think it was an appropriate question, but it was me trying to give him, because in 2025, so much of media is ass kissing, right? To get access, to get interviews, and so I thought what I was trying to do was give this man who's a legend in his field a chance to explain to Twitter and all the new social media. And Jim Lampley understands this. Jim Lampley used social media. Now he's back in the saddle. Now he's back on top where he should be.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to give him the floor to explain to people like this is the process of a journalist. And he took it the wrong way, and we kind of had a bit of a back and forth. And my only point to him was, well, now you're in Tim Tszyu's spot 2 hours ago. Like, you put him on the spot, and I'm not even trying to put you on the spot, but I'm just asking you about that because,
So this is what I wanted to say about that. We've seen even Floyd Mayweather, who has made a lot of fights look very easy, say, I'm hurting after a fight. I'm done after a fight. I can't move after a fight. I've gone through that time and time again. Y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know how many of us feel it, right? So here's the thing. We hit our wall after the 12th round. We all hit a wall. It's usually after the 12th round. Those guys that get put down and don't get up, guess what? They hit the wall and the worst has happened and they can't get up, right? So when he hit his wall and he's on a stool and he can't get up anymore, don't scrutinize Tim Tszyu and say, oh, he's a quitter, he quit, he ain't got heart, all these kinds of things. And I know for the few that have said that, there's so many more who have seen his heart, his grit, his warrior, and things of that nature. When you see a fighter hit the wall before that fight ends, give it to the guy who put the wall up in front of him.
Yeah.
That man right there, all the respect to Sebastian Fundora, a true wall on fight night against Tim Tszyu, who I thought this time would be more prepared for this fight, a whole camp,
He was.
so on and so forth. He was, but he wasn't. He was and he wasn't. We got to keep going because we got to get through some things.
But he had a TKO loss in between that too. I think that took away from his confidence.
Definitely.
Took away from his kind of focus on that as well.
Yeah, so we going to maybe get into the X's and O's of this thing because there was a lot missing from Tim Tszyu's arsenal on fight night. But we got to get into Pacquiao and Barrios. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm sick. I'm tired.
You were disgusted last night.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
I'm everything that is negative, and I'm not a very negative person, y'all. That being said, go.
From a man that bet on Mario Barrios, watching it, I'm like, damn, man, I didn't want Pacquiao to get beat. And after about 7-8, I'm like, okay, he could coach this thing. He can coach this thing, and I'm just like, he up too.
Yeah.
About halfway through, I had him up, and then about 10 rounds, I'm like, he's up comfortable.
Right.
Like Mario Barrios has to win the next round, next couple of rounds, and possibly get a knockdown.
I'm looking at even if you get a knockdown, this might be a close split decision.
And so I had it 8-4, 7-5. All right, let me Anthony go back, because I got a couple of crazy people with some crazy texts. I could have gave Pacquiao a lot of credit, being 46, fighting a 30-year-old. When he had moments, I could have been like his fans. Every moment is a punch to them.
Everything.
I could have turned. I think I turned into that last night. So I probably gave any rounds that I felt was close or a swing round, I gave it to Pacquiao. I could have did that. So if I probably looked at it a different way, Mario Barrios could have got more rounds. But I had it 7-5, 8-4.
I had it anywhere. I thought Pacquiao did no worse than a draw. I had it watching live. I had it anywhere from 116, 112 Pacquiao to 6-6. I slept on it, and I woke up and I was like, well, I did definitely give Barrios 4 and 5. And most people, I'm not necessarily. I did watching it live. I thought 10 and 11 were competitive. Pacquiao didn't do nothing in 12. You're holding up 2 fingers. So
I'm counting.
You gave him 2. So
because I don't understand no goddamn 116, 122. Goddamn, I don't know what that means. Go ahead, just keep going.
4 and 5. Let's say he swept 10, 11, 12. I gave him 4 and 5. There's a lot of there's close rounds there. All he needs is one more, and he has a draw. And but Paulie is always talking about this. That
Malignaggi.
Yeah,
shout out to Paulie. That's my guy.
Yeah, he went in as he always does, and he was like, you can't score. It shouldn't work out that one fighter gets all the swing rounds. But Barrios did. When I woke up, I thought it was less egregious, but Pacquiao did no worse than a draw. He either Pacquiao won this fight or Barrios did just enough to hold on to his title with a draw. That's how I saw it. And what was impressive was just Pacquiao, again, Hopkins at 46 wasn't bouncing around like he was taking steps and being a defensive wizard. Foreman was crossing his arms and just trying to land one bomb. This dude was bouncing around. I couldn't believe it. At round 4 and 5, I go, okay, here's father time. He's becoming more of a stationary target. And then that man in the 6th round, he found something, and it was so moving to see. I gotta drop this again. So what was beautiful about watching Manny pass his prime is that in his prime, it was almost like, wow, it's just speed and power, and he's kind of wild because his style is so unique.
He was like a fireball.
Right, and so you're almost like, oh, this dude sometimes jumps in with one of his hands low. And so where's the finesse and the feints and all that? Now that it's slowed down, you could see that's the beauty of watching him pass his prime. I could see all the little movements in slow motion now compared to because before it was a 200-mile-an-hour car going right by, like what I just see. You know, and that's with the trained boxing eye.
Who punched me?
Yeah, but now and also the Filipino people. I went to his fights as a fan as a teenager when he knocked out Morales, my guy Morales, and I always heard those Manny chants, but they hit different last night because
that was special.
Those chants used to be for a dominant monster in his prime, roaring at like a Roman collar. Get his head, Manny. These chants last night were, we got to will our old warrior to the finish line.
Yes, sir.
He needs a little something extra. And this probably, Manny's feeling a little tired. Like, Manny, we love you. And that was moving. So, what more can I say?
Shout out to Mario Barrios. Shout out
to that. What the fuck you do? He didn't even show up last night.
Shout out to Mario Barrios. And I told you I got a badass analogy for y'all. Check this one out, right? Shout out to Mario Barrios. He boxed better than I thought he was gonna box. He used the ring. He moved. He in a lot of ways he played it safe, all that kind of stuff. He used the jab. He didn't do anything more than he should have. But he managed it. He managed the old Manny.
There was one moment in the 8th round he tried to get downhill on Pacquiao, and Pacquiao took a step back, and it was almost like Pacquiao, he punched with a little bit badder intentions in this sequence, and it was almost like Pacquiao was like, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the moment for you to get bold, and I saved this one spurt for that moment, and Pacquiao stole the round. So what I'm asking you, Shawn, is everybody wanted more from Barrios, more counter-punching. If he had tried that, would he have been that much more in danger again? Is that why he didn't do it? Because he'd get himself hurt trying to do that. And he fought the best he could, is what you saw.
He 100% understood that the things that you guys can't see, and I'm sure this as well, that rhythm, that technique, all those little things, it just throws you off. You just can't get off. At some point, you figure, man, just throw it all to the wolves, and just put your chin down and just start going for it, right? So here's the analogy. You got an old gun and you got a new gun. This one might shoot a little faster. that bullet might travel a little further. But I still know that this thing works. So even though I got this and I'm ready to go and I got it, I'm still looking at this thing. And this thing still works. Y'all may not like it because it's 46 years old. It may move a little bit slower because it's 46 years old. It may not have that debilitating power the way it used to because it's 46 years old. But over here, I understand that this shit still works. And so even though I'm everything that I'm supposed to be at 30 years old and y'all want me to do so much more, this thing still work, y'all.
That's the first thing.
And it's some things that I just can't get into. I can't explain it to you why I can't get into it. I just know that this thing is still gonna shoot.
The first words after the fight and the post-fight, Mario says that old man still got a lot of crack.
Yeah.
That's what he said right away. So,
there it is. So I know on the outside looking in, it looked like, he could do his thing and he should have did more and all that kind of stuff. It's still a trained weapon, a part on the other side. And that trained weapon still has the ability to shoot. And whether y'all like it or not, that thing would have been firing off if this thing tried to get going.
Calm down. You act like this is the prime Manny. That was two C-level fighters in there last night. That wasn't special at all.
That wasn't a special fight.
It wasn't a 46-year-old. We watching a legend. He performed. A legend performed in front of our eyes one more time. Hopefully, I was just one more time.
I want him to be done.
So here's the thing.
We all do. You want him to be done? You want him to be done?
I know he's not done.
No.
You want him to be done?
Because he didn't win the presidential election.
But you want him to be done.
I think he's done.
I think he's done. He said it himself at the press conference. He said, I'm putting politics aside.
Oh, God, Manny.
And he said, I'm going to do this. You know why? Because people are saying it's for the money, it's for this reason, it's for that reason. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'll explain my bias. If I have a personal friend who's fighting, maybe it's just a friendship that I have, but I'll be willing to look at something that other people criticize and try to find a rationale. My friend David Benavidez's first fight at 175 was a tough fight. I said, okay, everybody's fight when they step up a weight class is not a walk in the park, right? Rolly Romero, personal friend of mine, when he fought Pitbull Cruz, I said, okay, you're weight drained. You shouldn't be at 140. You shouldn't. That now, again, that's still a loss, but it was Easter. Why y'all making fun of him?
That was cool of Rolly.
But here's the funny thing. You don't belong at 140. So Mario Barrios, personal friend of mine, I feel bad for him because he did everything that a fighter's supposed to do when they go in there. Now, maybe he didn't do everything that everybody in this room wanted him to do, but I feel bad because if he had gotten a win or a loss, he would get the respect from the crowd because people would say, okay, he fought a legend, he did what he did. This is literally the worst case scenario, and the only people who won last night were the bookies.
Yeah.
The only people who won last night, I walked into the bathroom, the first thing I said is, don't worry, don't forget, fellas, the house always wins.
Right.
The whole place erupts in laughter. Because you think about it, brother, who made the most money last night off that fucking draw, that bullshit draw that you and I both know that said, okay, he could have done enough to draw the fight. Like, you know what? I'll put it this way. This is the comparison I have. It wasn't the first fight between Triple G and Canelo, because that one everyone felt like, what the fuck? But it was more like the second one. The second one, you could say, I know friends of mine, boxers, regular people that, no, Triple G got the second one. But at the same time, they'll say, but I could see it being a draw. Okay, the second fight is not the first fight between Triple G and Canelo. I think if I wanted to compare it, even though we're not talking about the same kind of action, we're just talking about whether it's controversial, I would say it's more like the second fight where you could say, hey, man, if I'm a Manny fan, I could find an exact reason to win. And I forget which one of y'all said it, but when the fans were screaming for him, most of the flurry punches didn't actually land. Like half of them didn't.
That's Manny fights.
Right. But at the same time, it's like, man, I told Barrios, to be honest, I told him, and there's no secret, I told him, listen, go ask for the rematch. Make him say, no, I don't want it. Because if that's the case, people are going to sit there. So after the press conference at the end, he said, look, I'm ready to do the rematch if that's what he wants. Because one of my things is with people who criticize a fighter who has a close fight, the ones that I've seen that come back, like, okay, Luis Castillo, right? What did Mayweather have to do? He had to come back and fight him again. That shit would have been a stain on his record if he hadn't, right?
Second fight was more competitive than people remember too. Castillo, he definitely lost.
The better one, Marcos Maidana.
Yeah.
The first fight,
That was not competitive.
it wasn't close, but the first one made him say, "Wait a minute, nah, he got to do that." If this is the case, Devin Haney, I was disappointed.
Yeah,
he could have had a trilogy with Loma, and that would have been excellent for his career. And if you keep it real, brother, and you want to look at the comments and how the boxing world turned against him, and Bill and him don't understand, brother, that was the point. If he had just said, "No, I respect Loma. He's a multiple world time champion. Let's do it again. Wherever you want to do it, let's fight again." The boxing world now wouldn't have had that type of hatred and animus that they walked into the Garcia fight with. Like, I was from New York, people were dying for him to lose just so they could say, "Hey man, no, look, you've been coasting and you've been getting a pass your whole career." And then now that's not fair because you figure, hey, Devin is just a more defensive fighter. He's taking the same criticism that in many ways Shakur finds himself facing. But at the same time, if you're willing to take the rematch, if you fight it again, I think that does a lot to satisfy media such as yourselves. People will say, no, you know what? Fight him again. Let's have it for real. You know what I mean? And Manny, he obviously, he wouldn't be mad at another $30 million for fighting Barrios. I say run it back.
Barrios
His manager talked about fighting Rolly too, though, just as much.
Rolly told me whoever wins, I'm jumping in the ring, and I was like, well, there's a draw. No one's jumping. That sucks for him too now, right?
Barrios was fighting his idol last night.
Yeah.
He let Manny dictate that fight, be the rule breaker, told him, "You're hitting me low, stop, break." I would have fucked Manny up.
How many low blows did he call?
Like,
you touched on that. How many low blows?
None.
3, right?
I didn't call him a low blow.
No, but I'm saying how many times did Manny call a low blow? 3 times? 4 times?
He
Probably even more than that. That's Manny's thing.
He called a low blow like 4 times.
That's Manny's thing.
And break is his thing too, everybody.
But all of the breaks and all of the hand touch and all that kind of stuff, you're right, and he was fighting his
respect,
idol.
man.
I don't think that this fight really warrants a rematch. I think that it really wasn't. It's not gonna sell because but we'll see. I'm gonna read these super chats. I'm gonna excuse you fellas, you two including. We're gonna bring in Mark Habibi with FightBook. We're gonna tell you guys about FightBook, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Great job, Usyk. No. Great job, Usyk. Great job, Bam. And even with Pacheco. We're gonna come back to those guys next week. I promise you guys. We'll come back to those guys next week. But long episode. I got to get my guy Mark with FightBook in here, and then we got to close this thing up. We running short on time.
No, where you gotta go?
Get that sports book.
Listen, Viet Raps React. He said, shout out to the PorterWay, 4 years off and gave us that performance. Manny is great. I agree with that 100%. Ant does not agree with it. Ant tripping. Victor Blasto 2. Mario, he says, Manny versus Barrios felt like Rocky 6. In my opinion, Floyd is a better fighter than Manny, but Manny is greater. Top 12 of all time. Shout out Victor Blast for that comment. I agree with that. I like that. Chiquilin talks boxing. Hopefully I got that right. My bad. You already know I'm a little dyslexic. Well, you should know that by now. Manny pulled off a Rocky versus Mason Dixon moment last night, but we had 2 robberies last night. I agree, Pac, and the one that I didn't touch on was Figueroa. That I thought was a robbery as well. And judges in boxing, he put SMH. Judges in boxing are shit. That's what I'm gonna say. There it is. Mark Habibi.
What's up?
FightBook.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about it.
What do you want to know?
All right, listen. So I'm sure you guys have been seeing this brand around the fight space for a little while. I know you've had some commercials up during some of the big fights that His Excellency has been putting on. New York, I know I've seen you around New York, some of the big fights going on. FightBook is kind of just instantly exploded onto the scene. And people have been asking me, what's FightBook? What's FightBook? I keep seeing it everywhere. So why don't you go ahead and finally introduce FightBook, obviously, to the PorterWay Podcast audience.
Yep, so FightBook is a hub where everybody in combat sports can connect, communicate, and transact.
When you say everybody, this is the crazy part to me. The fighters, the managers, the promoters, the matchmakers, the doctors, referees, judges,
Everybody.
officials, ring car girls.
Videographers, nutritionists, attorneys, insurance agents, anybody who's involved in a fighter's life inside or outside of the ring or involved in putting on a production has a place in FightBook, and soon fans will have a place as well.
The way I see FightBook and what I feel about FightBook, if there's anyone, please correct me if I'm wrong. If there's anyone who wants to get involved with boxing and wants to put on a boxing promotion, and you find out it takes $40,000 in Minnesota to put on a boxing event, you could go to FightBook and essentially create your boxing event because of FightBook.
Yeah. So the number one complaint you hear from fighters across the board is that they're not fighting enough.
Sure.
So if you start peeling layers of the onion, you soon realize that there's not enough promoters out there that are putting on shows. So we want to make it easy for new promoters to come into the space and for existing promoters to put on more shows. How we get more promoters into the space is to basically provide everything they need to put on, make it super simple for them to find, from the venue to the, to the ring rental, everything they need to put on production, all the way down to the ring card girl, videographers, security, event staffing, whatever they need to put on a production. They can find local talent, and they can find blue and red cordon fighters from the same geographic region, which will reduce the travel expenses significantly, which is what eats up a lot of promoters' profits. Mm-hmm. And it'll amplify ticket sales because local fighters bring local fans. Mm-hmm. So
I feel like FightBook kind of just got into our face about 6 to 8 months ago, give or take. But this is not something that you just created overnight. How long have you been working on FightBook?
FightBook, I've been working on it for about a year already.
Okay.
But we just launched the MVP, which is the not most valuable player. It's the minimum viable product.
Right.
And so the main goal right now is to onboard the fighters, because you can't put the cart in front of the horse. Mm-hmm. So we need to bring the fighters onto the platform first, and then we're going to start promoting to the, start marketing towards the promoters and matchmakers so they can find fighters on the platform.
So when you say we just launched the MVP, that means FightBook TV or FightBook is up, it's live, it's ready to go. People can go to FightBook TV. I keep saying TV. People can go to fightbook.com right now and register to be on the platform.
Absolutely.
All the while also registering for a fight, the Butterfly Brawl.
Yep.
At the pier.
Santa Monica Pier.
At the Santa Monica Pier.
Yep.
Go ahead and talk to us a little bit about that.
So basically to incentivize fighters to get on the platform, we've created this event that's going to be on the Santa Monica Pier. It's to benefit the American Cancer Society and Santa Monica Police Activities League. It's an event that I've been putting on for the last 5 years, and this is the second year we have boxing in the mix.
Tell everybody what the previous events have looked like.
It started as the Butterfly Ball to honor my cousin who lost her 7-year battle to cancer, Yassi Hosseini. Mm-hmm. And we had the Black Eyed Peas year 1. Year 2 we had Snoop Dogg. Year 3 we had Anderson .Paak as our headliner. And then the event went dormant in 2019 because of COVID.
Sure.
We brought it back last year. We changed it from the Butterfly Ball to the Butterfly Brawl. Mm-hmm. And we had Jermaine Dupri as our headliner.
Okay.
This year we got boxing.
JD.
Yep, we brought boxing back. It's the Butterfly Brawl Part 2, Santa Monica Pier. We have Mixmaster Mike from the Beastie Boys. Mm-hmm. And we just got exciting news that, we're going to be
Paul Revere. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I like to say, and this is what I like about Butterfly Brawl, excuse me. I think that boxing should be events. I think if you get the right fighters to perform, you get the right audience to be there, the Santa Monica Pier, and then you get the right people around the fighters, such as the Beastie Boys. That creates an event.
Absolutely.
The bigger something is, the more attention it draws, right? Yep. So when you like the fight we just had last night, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, drew a big fan base because of how big the event was.
Yep.
So the event that you're trying to put together, the Butterfly Brawl out there, you got the perfect venue. I think this is something that fighters really can't argue with. You get cast to fight on the Butterfly Brawl out there at the Santa Monica Pier. It's a fantastic platform, moment, opportunity for you. So fighters got to go to FightBook TV.
FightBook.com.
FightBook.com. Excuse me. I know you mad as shit at me now. FightBook.com. They got to go to FightBook.com and register. How many fighters have registered already to FightBook.com?
We've had hundreds in the last week. Hundreds.
Yeah.
And we have some news we're proud to announce. We're going to be doing a partnership with NBC and Telemundo.
Nice.
We're going to be streamed live on all their digital platforms. So fighters that want exposure, this is a great opportunity because fighters want to be seen.
Yeah.
You can be the best fighter in the world, but if you don't have that exposure to be seen, it's hard to make a lot of money.
Fighters, go ahead and check out fightbook.com. Managers, promoters, doctors, anybody
free
who wants to be involved. It's free. Jump on the platform, especially the fighters. You have an opportunity to fight on the Santa Monica Pier, the Butterfly Brawl on NBC and practically all of the NBC platforms.
Telemundo.
Practically all of the NBC platforms.
Yes.
So that's pretty awesome.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped about it.
Is there anything else about FightBook that you want us to know other than it not being FightBook TV?
I mean, it is going to streamline the way fights are going to be made.
I agree.
It's going to make things much more efficient, much less frustrating. It's going to make shows more profitable for promoters because promoters waste a lot of money flying in opponents from overseas and cross country that brings zero fan base with them. So we're hoping that by making shows more profitable for promoters, it's going to encourage the existing promoters to put on more shows. It's a platform to empower fighters to seek opportunities for themselves because a lot of fighters these days are just sitting there in the gym hoping to be found. It's going to bring transparency to the sport. It's going to, again, like I said, make shows more profitable for promoters. It's going to empower fighters to take control of their careers. And matchmaking is an art, you know. Styles make fights. So for the matchmakers out there, it's going to provide more options for them. And I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a great thing for the combat sport. And it's not just boxing, it's all things combat sports. So fighters, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I strongly encourage everybody to join and see where this journey leads you.
I believe in FightBook. I am an ambassador for FightBook. I believe that it is what's needed for boxing. As you said, a lot of fighters aren't busy enough. They want to get busy. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who to reach. All those kinds of things. Get plugged in. This is a way to get plugged in. You thought you got plugged in when you turned pro. Now you're truly plugged in with FightBook. So go ahead and go to FightBook. Register to be on the Butterfly Brawl. Even if you don't get picked up to be on that card, now you're in the system. And you can start looking at other promoters, other entities that you can start trying to get yourself affiliated with so that you can get some fights.
Yep, absolutely.
Love it, man. Thank you for coming in today.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes, sir.
you.
Yes, sir. That is, I believe, our motivation for the day. Don't sit idle. Don't sit still. Understand that every day that God gives you, you got an opportunity to live. You got an opportunity to grow. You have an opportunity to learn. You have an opportunity to touch somebody. You have an opportunity to enhance somebody else's life, your own life. Be effective. Don't sit idle. This is the PorterWay.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions.